This is Zalimah here again. Today I'll be going over the Retribution Paladin talents coming to Legion. I just did the Retribution Ashbringer, the artifact weapon, and I'll be going over the talents and what I would personally choose and what I think is best going into Legion for a PvE environment, a raiding environment. So, let's get started here. We had level 15 talents, Execution Sentence. Basically, we already have this in the game. It puts a big hammer over your target. It deals damage over 10 seconds and it culminates in a final burst. Pretty good overall. Then you have, this one's going to be kind of hard to see because it's so freaking large, but it's called Turalon's Might. Flings a blade of holy light to the target location, dealing 40% of attack power, holy damage instantly, and every 2 seconds. Every 2 seconds to enemies within 8 yards for 8 seconds. So it flings a blade of holy light and it deals AoE. And then you have Consecration as a Retribution Paladin. Basically, it puts Consecration lands beneath you, causing holy damage over 9 seconds to enemies who enter the area. So basically you put it down and it's a ground AoE. So for this line, for a single target boss fight, I would go with Execution Sentence. For an AoE boss fight, I'd either go with Consecration or Turalon's Might or whatever. The Consecration is a 9-second cooldown, and Turalon's Might is a 30-second cooldown. So it just depends on which one actually does more damage whenever it comes out. Anyways, level 30 talents. The Fires of Justice increases damage done by Crusader Strike by 25%. It's a passive ability, pretty OP. Next you have Crusader's Flurry, an instant strike that causes 105% physical damage, grants 1 holy power, and it has 3 charges, and it replaces Crusader Strike. And lastly you have Zill, an instant strike that causes 100% physical damage, grants 1 holy power, and grants Zill, increasing your attack speed by 20% and causes Zill to chain to additional nearby target per stack. Replaces Crusader Strike. So, for AoE, you're going to go Zill no matter what, because it can chain to every single target, and basically it replaces Crusader Strike, but it's an AoE. And for single target, I'd honestly probably go with Crusader's Flurry because it does have 3 charges, and that would give you instantly 3 holy power. But you could also go for the passive, which gives you 25% extra damage to Crusader Strike. But at the moment, I'd probably go with Crusader's Flurry for single target. And your level 45 talents. Fist of Justice, basically spell that consumes holy power, and yeah, basically it just is enhanced Hammer of Justice that stuns your target for 10 seconds. You have Repentance that you're never going to use in PvE. This puts the target to sleep. And you have Binding Light, which is an AoE stun. So I'd probably go with Fist of Justice. That's what I always go for. Just because this it's a 2-minute cooldown. I mean, this is also a 2-minute cooldown, I think, but I don't know. Yeah, I always go for Fist of Justice. And level 60 talent. Virtue's Blade increases damage done by Blade of Justice by 25%. Pretty damn good. And next you have Blade of Wrath. Strikes an enemy with Blade of Wrath dealing 85% holy damage and generating 1 holy power, replaces Blade of Justice. And lastly, you have Divine Hammer. Divine Hammer spins around the Paladin, damaging enemies within 8 yards every 2 seconds for 8 seconds, generates 1 holy power on an 8-second cooldown. Replaces Blade of Justice. So basically, all of these replace Blade of Justice. It just depends on the boss fight you're doing. AoE, you're going to go Divine Hammer. And for single target, you could either, again, go for the damage increase, or you can go with Blade of Wrath. But for now, I'll just say Virtue's Blade. And next you have Judgments of the Bold. Increases the damage bonus effect of your judgment by 10%. Next you have the Might of Virtue. Your judgment ability generates 1 holy power. And Mass Judgment. Your judgment spell affects all enemies within 8 yards and increases the duration by 100%. So again, for AoE, you're going to do Mass Judgment, and for single target boss, you either go with the damage increase or your judgment gives you 1 holy power. I'd probably go with the holy power. That's just my opinion, but we'll have to see when Legion actually comes out. And next you have Blaze of Light, a quick and powerful heal, healing a friendly target for 575% of spell power replaces Flash of Light. Pretty worthless for anything other than PvP. And next you have Divine Seed, summons your Holy Charger to ride for 4 seconds, increasing movement speed by 100%, usable while indoors or in combat. So this is pretty much taken straight out of Diablo. It's the exact same thing the Crusader has, where you can use it and you mount up on a steed. And yeah, the cool thing is you can use it while in combat to get out of risky situations and move at 100% speed. So it's pretty good. And next we have Eye for an Eye. Instantly counter-strike an enemy that strikes you in melee for 12 seconds. Melee attacks made from behind cannot be counterattacked. Maximum of counterattacks is 10. So yeah, PvP talent, you're never going to use this in PvE pretty much ever. I don't know what to say about that. So I'd probably go with Divine Steed, just because you can move around really freaking quick if you need to. And on your level 100 talents, Final Verdict increases damage done by Templar's Verdict by 15%. We already have this in the game. It's pretty damn good. Sill of Light draws upon the Paladin's holy energy to increase attack speed by 35% and movement speed by 15%. Lasts 30 seconds. It's an instant cast and costs 3 holy power. And next you have Holy Wrath, fires a holy bolt at the target, causing 525% of spell power, holy damage, and restoring 6% of the Paladin's health over 2.25 seconds. Deals 50% additional damage to stun targets. So it does better damage in PvP, but basically it's just a big cast, like a single target cast. The only issue is a 2.25 second channeled cast, and it costs 3 holy power. So I don't know. I'd probably personally go with Sill of Light to increase your attack speed by 35%, but that's just my opinion. And we'll have to see how much damage this stuff actually does whenever you get into Legion, but that's probably what I'd pick for the moment. One cool thing, if you didn't notice, was every single AoE attack and ability is on this right hand side here. All of these right here are AoE abilities, so that is really cool. Then on the left hand side here, from level 75 and up, is pure damage increases. So this increases your judgment, this increases your, you see what I mean? It's amazing how this talent tree is set up. Like, it's so easy to see what to go for. If you're doing an AoE fight, just go down this line. If you just want pure damage, go down this line. And if you want to have some really cool different little abilities, you can go down the middle. Anyways, guys, that's the Ret Paladin talent tree. This is probably what it would look like if Legion came out right now, for me personally, and what I think would be really good. But yeah, we'll have to see when Legion actually comes out. But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Check out my other videos I've made on the other classes. I'm trying to get to all of them, and hopefully at some point in time I'll actually get into the beta if they ever turn the servers back on. I mean, I'm not into beta right now, but it'd be cool if they were. If I was, I do a lot more videos. But anyways, hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, stay tuned for the next one. See you later.